Hello everyone! Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Oops. I forgot to turn off my phone because I'm screen recording. But anyway, hello everybody. Good evening. It's another Bawal Stress Drilon Monday. And welcome to our viewers from TFC. Alam nyo, marami ang I'm sure interesado sa topic natin ngayong gabi kasi ito po ang pag-uusapan natin. How not to be stressed, Drilon, habang wala pa si the one. I'm sure marami ang interesado sa pag-uusapan natin and we're going to meet a guru. You know, you would expect our guest is not what you would expect to be a dating guru. She's so young and beautiful and well, I don't know if she's well versed in the ways of love, but let me introduce Coach Vee Antonio, dating Coach Vee Antonio, who's our guest tonight. Vee, are you there? Uy, Glenda Panes, hello.
Hi. I am here, Ses. Good evening to everyone who's watching and thank you for having me sa Bawal Stress Drilon.
Thank you for joining us all the way in Maryland, for getting up early. Did you wake up like that, Vee?
I wish, Tita Ses, pero hindi po. But hopefully, in the future, Tita, pagdadasal natin yan, that we all wake up like this every morning.
You know what? I was saying that I didn't expect a dating guru to look the way you do. Well-versed in the ways of love at your very young age.
Wow! Parang hindi ko alam, Tita, kung mapa-flatter ako or ano. Pero, well, thank you very much pala for that very kind introduction. I really, really appreciate that. And sana I will be of value in your show tonight. And to everyone who's watching, especially if you are single, please do stick around because we hope to be able to, share with you some of the tips that we give to the singles that we serve in the Philippines and here in the US po.
Vee, first of all, I did not realize that there is a school for matchmaking.
Yes.
Tell us about it. Tell us how you got into this field. Before we begin into dishing out the tips, mga kumuzen, ihanda nyo na yung mga tanong ninyo kasi it's hard enough to date in a normal environment, diba? To find someone, all the more when many of us are still stuck at home in the Philippines and, in many parts of the world, ganun din ang problema, diba? So, okay, let's dish out your credentials first para maniwala sila sa mga sinasabi mo. What led you into this track?
Okay. So it all started, says when I was, I think, 21 or 24 years old.
No, you were just 24.
That was 7 years ago, Tita Says. I was 24 7 years ago. So, never had a boyfriend po ako that time. And like nung una, I was thinking, sabi ko sa lola ko, sabi ko, ikaw talaga, mama. Nung high school ako, bawal ako mag-date. Sabi mo, kailangan ko graduate ng college. Nag-graduate ako ng college. Tapos, sabi mo sa akin, kailangan ko graduate ng master's. Nung graduate ako ng master's, sabi niya, kailangan mo muna magtrabaho bago ka mag-boyfriend. Sabi ko, ayan, 24 na ako, wala pa akong boyfriend.
So, ever? Talaga?
Opo. No boyfriend since birth ako that time, Tita. So, but before that, I've been seeing a lot of relationships around me. Some are inspiring, some are traumatic. And so, that really, kumbaga, for me lang, I'm very, very curious about the psychology of human being. Like, bakit natin pinapili yung isang tao? Bakit natin inaayawan yung isang tao? Di ba? Why is this like so beautiful in our eyes, and why is she not so beautiful in other people's eyes? So it all started with that curiosity. So when I was taking my master's, I took human development psychology. So we were studying yung kumbaga lifespan ng tao. Sabi ko, ba't parang may kulang? Gusto ko talaga social psychology. So I shifted po sa sociology. So I was during my papers, pinapasok ko lagi yung study of attraction, study of love, and my professor in De La Salle University, they're saying na it's very unusual for sociology to have studies on love. Pero sabi ko, this is my heart talaga eh. So even I was in masters, I was doing many experiments already with just like our circle and yung
The
mga
people that you knew. The people that you knew.
Yes. Tapos iniisip ko personally, sabi ko, I'm 24, if I'm not gonna do anything, I don't wanna settle naman tita sa parang kung sino lang yung manliligaw sa'yo or kung sino lang yung nandyan.
Eh, totoo naman. I mean, as a woman, well, medyo talagang ganon.
Yes.
Mali.
I do
Nag-aantay
recognize
lang. Nag-aantay lang minsan, diba?
You are so correct. And that is like how we are in the Philippines and other parts of the world. So parang sabi ko, don't women deserve kumbaga the freedom to choose as well, just like men?
Fantastic. Oy, mga Pinay, makinig kayo dito. O sige, go ahead.
All right. So I had that conviction na syempre, pinag-aral tayo ng family natin, ng parents natin, kinayod tayo. Some parents even sacrifice their properties para masend tayo sa good school. So it will be very sad for parents if we end up with a partner that's not gonna treat us right, with a partner that we're not gonna be happy with. So I do recognize that both men and women have the freedom to choose. So how can you have the freedom to choose when you have a very limited network? Especially if you're just like me, galing all-girls school, laking Bicol, probinsyana, di ba? So I have very big dreams, Tita Ses, and I know a lot of women has that too. But when it comes to choosing a partner, pag tinignan mo yung partner mo, dapat tinitingnan mo din yung pangarap mo. Dapat inline yun, Tita, because I believe that the partner that you're gonna choose will influence not only your love life, but your career life and your finances. So even
Definitely. Everything. Your entire, how you live your life, di ba?
Yes, you tita, you've been married also for a long time, and I know that you know this. Hindi lang siya love life. Kahit career mo, tita, sa syempre, like whether you're supportive yung husband mo or hindi, that's gonna be a big factor as well. So naisip ko yun, tita, and I thought, sabi ko, dapat all of us will have this network. Hopefully. But I know that a lot of Filipinos are not very comfortable in parang dating. Kasi may connotation, dating, baka sabihin, kiss-kiss na yan. Dating, baka ganito, ganyan na yan. So we want to be, I want to be able to kumbaga share and educate. Now, when you say dating, it's actually getting to know someone. When you date, you have this kind of goal na kikilalanin ko, not because I'm desperate. Hindi ako nagde-date dahil desperate ako. Nagde-date ako kasi tita, gusto ko makapili, gusto ko makahanap ng bagay sa akin, yung magiging masaya ako, and a good person. So we started Tita Singles Events Manila. So,
I know, 2014, 20, kailan yun?
2014. I saw
2014
yes.
pa.
Correct.
Where have you been hiding? Ba't ngayon lang kita nakilala? Ganun eh. But wait, V. Sorry, V. Before we go into that, I'd like to tell those listening na you are the first Filipina certified matchmaker by the Matchmaking Institute. It's a relationship sciences school in New York. O imagine So merong school para pag-aralan yung mga relationships, no? Not necessarily matchmaking, but tama, relationships, how relationships work.
Correct.
So, you studied psychology, diplomacy, and also finished here in the Philippines, tama, with, at LaSalle.
Yes, that's true.
Ayan. Okay, pero, so, you started your events dating, anong tawag? Single Events Manila.
Yes.
Pero why are you back in the US?
So, after, di ba, tita, we've organized Singles Events Manila. So, we've been running for, I think, 3 years, 4 years. Nakikita namin, kasi ang Singles Events Manila, ang ginagawa nilang, tita, is ginagather niyo yung mga single professionals. You're working, you're single, you're ready to meet someone. O, sige, let's meet in an event. Walang chairs and tables. Ang gagawin natin, maglalaro lang tayo. Paano maglalaro? For example, tita, may mga competition. Kasi we don't want na pag nag-getting to know yung singles, oh, what do you do? Saan ka graduate? So, parang
cornihan, ganun lang.
Oo. So, naglaro kami. Ibig sabihin, gusto namin malaman kung sino pikunin, sino may magandang attitude, sino yung gentleman. So, that was the purpose of Singles Events Manila. And nakikita namin, tita, madaming kinakasal.
Talaga ba? Teka muna. Sino, how old is the youngest who can join that Single Events Manila events?
Si Singles Events Manila, nag-start po siya ng young professional. So as long as you started working, siguro mga 21.
Basta may trabaho ka.
Opo.
Kaya mong mag-suporta ng
sarili mo.
Okay.
Yes.
How old naman ang pinakamatanda?
So, nagsimula siya, tita, para sa mga bagetchings lang. Pero nakita namin, may mga nagbe-message sa page namin na, why aren't you serving this age range? Parang eto dapat yung tinututukan yung age range. Kasi, kumbaga, mas kailangan nilang network. So, gumawa din kami ng season series.
Season series? Oh my God! Para sa mga titos and titas.
Oh. So we feel that kumbaga, that need not just to enter a relationship but to connect with people. So sabi natin, sige, let's mount separate events by age. Tapos nagkaroon na kami ng by theme. So tita, in short, we were running that events lang talaga, walang coaching, walang educating. Pero
just kind of mixing lang, parang mixing lang,
yes, yes. So nung nakikita namin na may mga couples talaga na nabubuo. So what happened is, sabi ko, may ano ba? Like, how can we take this on a higher level? Meron bang school to make this, kumbaga, yung professional?
I see. So, hindi ka pa pumunta sa matchmaking institute noon?
Hindi pa, tita. Talagang sinimulan ko lang siya ng parang out of, single din kasi ako that time. Mind you, tita says, after 2 weeks lang, after 2 weeks, I mounted the first event. I met my first boyfriend and now my husband of 7 years.
Really? Oh, you're married already. You have children?
Not yet po, but after the pandemic, tita, susunod na.
I am so sorry. That is terrible. I know that is the question of titas, diba? I know that you're so, of me, very tita. You met your husband in your singles event?
Tita, indirectly, yes. Because that time, nagka-campaign ako sa mga classmates ko sa master. Sabi ko, uy, I have singles event. Introduce to me your single friends. So one time, yung classmate ko sa master, sabi niya, oh, Vanessa, please go down in this coffee shop. I'll introduce you to my single friends. Ayun, tita, in-introduce ako sa 5 members ng Junior Chamber International. So organization din siya. Isa dun yung husband ko. So hindi siya nakasali, tita, pero naging co-host siya.
Well, indirectly. Amazing. Okay. So now those events cannot happen, right? Kasi pandemic.
Yes.
Okay. So, paano na ngayon?
But tita, kahit pandemic, the need for love and connection is still burning.
All the more.
All the more. That's right. So,
yeah. So how do you do it?
So we realized na there's no stopping here, especially mas kailangan ang Singles Events Manila right now. So we started mounting virtual events. So since I got my certification from Matchmaking Institute, everything...
When did you get your certification?
a matchmaking institute po in New York. So that was pre-pandemic. Medyo inabutan pa kami ng pandemic.
Oh, so fresh na fresh pala yan. Kailan mo nakuha?
I think, tita, March or January, February last year, yung certification. But for 6 years, 7 years, we've been really, kumbaga, bringing people together. So, medyo familiar na kami kung ano ba talaga yung gusto ng single, ano ba yung mga nakaka-turn off, ano ba yung green flags and red flags. So, very immersed kami sa buhay ng mga single professionals. So, the certification...
Anong tinuturo dyan sa Matchmaking Institute? Sige nga.
Ayan. So,
sino ang professor? Sino yung mga nagtuturo sa inyo?
So, ang Matchmaking Institute po is a relationship science school. So, more than the matchmaking, tinuturo niya yung mga ethics. So, dapat matchmaker ka, ethical ka. Siyempre, you're working with people's hearts. So, nandyan yung accountability, of course. I'm also part of Matchmakers Alliance, na kapag, for example, you have like a very, very bad ethics when it comes to bringing people together, they could remove your certification. Para siyang licensing.
Parang there's misleading information, I suppose. Yes. I suppose you have to vet people too.
Very much.
Kasi they may say, I'm this whatever, yun pala jobless. Or, I don't know, diba? Parang they could pretend to be something they're not.
That's true. And one of the things that, of course, people would pay you for this kind of service is really the legwork. You do the research, the due diligence na how's this person. We also conduct what we call social media listening. Of course, we also check their social media pages. Kaya singles, guys, be very careful. Google niyo yung pangalan niyo pag naka-incognito kayo. Tingnan niyo kung ano yung mga results. Baka nagkakalat yung mga pictures niyo nung high school or college kayo na basag kayo sa drinking, guys. Nakaka-apekto yun sa impression ng, of course, hindi lang ng matchmakers na mag-vet, but also yung potential date mo. Ginugugil kaya nila bago ka nila ini.
Kaya lang, Vee, if you go to, there's this, I suppose, perception that if you're going to such events, yun na nga, as you said, parang desperado or you're looking for a mate, parang lonely ka, parang meron na agad nakakabet na perception. Mali ba yun? Kasi, back in the day, of course, this is not the way you meet people.
Ooh.
I mean, I guess when there were times were more, I guess, slow, there was time we weren't so, you won't be stuck in traffic for hours. I mean, you have a life. Yeah. Parang medyo, of course, we're talking pandemic, so hindi mo, maybe traffic is, although it's returning here in Manila, parang people are too busy to meet others. Parang ganon, ano? So how do you take out that, I suppose, stigma, maybe, yung parang ganong perception, especially for a woman? Yung parang she's on the prowl, she's hunting for a husband or something like that. Parang for guys, it's really a double standard. Guys, you wouldn't even think twice if they would go to some kind of event like that. But the women maybe, double standard, ano?
I agree with you, Tita. So that's why part of Singles Events Manila is not only introducing you to singles, but we are really working with educating single professionals. So we always tell them, hey, you're not expanding your network because you're desperate. You are expanding your network because I've mentioned you have the freedom to choose. Gusto mo makapili ng the best meet for you. So it does not mean that you're attending events. It does not mean that you're going out to meet people that, like naghahanap ka kung sinong magpipick up sa'yo. No, naghahanap ka ng pipiliin mo. So
pipiliin mo, ayun. That's where you have to turn the tables around. Parang hindi ka nag-aantay, parang ikaw ang pumipili, nasa kamay mo.
Yes, you want to see what your options are. So as part of our organization, Tita, we do a lot of mindset workshop. So that's really
Sandali lang, may nagsabi dito sa akin, it's Vee. Mrs. You should join one of Coach Vee's virtual sessions every Sunday. It will remove the stigma, promise. Options,
Oh,
options, options.
yes. I think,
Talaga ba?
yes, they are mentioning, Tita, meron kaming club, single social club, na every Saturday, we gather via Zoom. Of course, we not only learn about science-based dating tips because that's what Singles Events Manila do. Kasi, Tita, my experience is very limited eh. First boyfriend ko, asawa ko na eh.
Oo nga, ikaw
Diba?
talaga, no?
So I
Parang
always,
hindi ka pwedeng example.
exactly. So I always go to science. I do believe na, kanina ka ba, I mean, it's nice to listen to your friends. Of course,
Science-based, really now.
yes. So,
Can you explain yung science-based na yan?
all right.
Paano na yan? May siyensya sa likod ng pagpili ng magiging kasama.
Yes, that's true, Tita. Kasi kumbaga, ang dating skills, kasi social skills din yan. Di ba, sometimes kapag kailangan mo ng social skills, mag-workshop ka, how to be confident, how to, have a good posture, your etiquette and stuff. So, we do believe na natuturo din ng dating. Kasi when you know the science of dating, ibig sabihin, alam mo na when you go on a date, it's better that you order something hot, like hot coffee or hot matcha latte, than maghalo-halo or mag-frozen drinks kayo. Bakit?
Wait. Totoo ba yan?
Yes, Tita. So these are the subtle things that we teach. Why? Why is it better that you share hot meals, hot drinks when you are on a date? Because according to science, merong sinasabi na whatever you feel in your body, your temperature, it transfer with how you relate with people. So when you're feeling cold, hindi ka gaano ka warm, but when you're feeling warm inside, cozy, when you relate to people, you're more friendly, you're more warm. So these are the simple things. But man, if you know this, you are smarter and stronger in dating and in love.
But what if you order a glass of wine that's cold? I mean, okay, white wine, it's cold. Oh, but it makes you warm inside. Pwede.
Yes, that's why your red wine and wines are very nice when you're dating. So it makes you feel warm and fuzzy and you're not cold, inside. So those are just the little
Those
things.
are science-based things.
Mhm.
Okay.
At napakarami pa. For example, there are theories like for example yung Pavlovian theory na sinasabi mga experiment ng psychology. So kapag tinanslate mo yan sa dating, ang sinasabi nun dapat may positive association ka. Ibig sabihin, pag nakita ka ng tao from a distance, if you're a person who always brings smile, who always bring food, who always bring, happiness to the group,
Joy.
malayo ka pa lang, positive na ang sa'yo, ang thinking. And pagdating sa dating, syempre ayaw mong makipag-date sa bad vibes. So how do you do that? When you meet a person, bring something, kahit candy, kahit anong something that will make the person smile. Because one day, even if you're not bringing anything, since that person has been conditioned that you're a person who brings good vibes, good feelings, then they will have that feeling towards you.
It sounds too studied though.
It sounds too studied, Tita, pero this is what we do in Singles Events Manila. Kasi we hate yung parang mga scientific talaga. So we break it down, we teach you, like step by step, paano mo maa-apply sa totoong buhay.
I guess these are people who have difficulty start maybe forming a relationship or getting to know people maybe.
More than the difficulty, Tita, these are the people who are parang self-improvement junkie. Ito yung themselves.
I see. So it may not just be a dating, finding your match, but rather improving yourself. Parang, in a way, it doesn't necessarily have to end up na aalis ka dun, meron ka ng ka-date or ka-partner.
Opo. Because there are also
Very interesting.
There are also studies that show na if for example, you are good in self-care, tapos you've improved yourself, yung pagdating sa dating scene, yung ma-attract din sa yung tao is hindi din yung, syempre, we attract people who are like us and that's scientific. So we tend also to...
True? Is that true?
So there are two things, tita. Parang they say, we like people who like us, and we like people who are like us. And there are a lot of studies on
So,
these
it's
things.
wrong. Teka. V. Mali yung opposites attract.
Sinasabi nila opposite attract is good for short-term relationship. But long-term relationship, there are psychologists that have studied couples. Nakita nila yung mga tumatagal yung relationship, yun ang birds with the same
Like-minded.
Yes. When it comes to values, not necessarily hobbies, but how we finances, life, kids, and other factors. So it's really same birds with the same feather flock together.
Feather flock together.
Kapag long term,
Opposites, panandalian lang, hindi yan nagtatagal.
ang opposite attract naman very exciting sa beginning. Parang, oh my God, this is it. He is the one. But the fire could only sustain so long. After a while, then, when you talk about family life, getting married and stuff, when the values is, not similar, then you're better off finding, like, it's really in our nature. We want to find people who are like us. We relate to people who are like us. We love people.
Super interesting. Super interesting. Parang na-apply ko yan sa buhay ko, ganun. Now, let's shift to, okay, marami ang nasistress Drilon ngayon talaga. Because if you are single, I mean, how on earth are you gonna find, how are you gonna date? For one, saradong mga restaurant. Sarado ang bar. Saan ka maghahanap, di ba? O sige. So, di ba ang title ng ating episode ay, paano ka ba makaiwas sa stress nang hindi mo pa nahanap ang the one? Okay. So, bigyan mo na kami ng tips.
All right. So, to everyone who's watching there, yung mga single, kahit single kayo for so long, imagine this. When you look at the lifespan of a person, most of the people are only single 1/4 of their life. 1/4. So, yung iba kahit sabihin natin,
is that a rule of parang ano talaga yan? Totoo yan for most of the population? 1/4 of their lives?
For most, tita. Pero syempre, meron tayong parang, over 30 or over, meron tayong laging, kumbaga outliers, may exemption. So,
yeah, okay.
Yes, imagine if ganun lang kaikli yung single life mo. Kasi ang buhay ng tao, syempre pag nagka-partner ka, that's additional person, nag-shift. Pag nagka-family ka, nag-shift. Naku, lalo na pag may babies. So if you only have 1/4 ng buhay mo na single, kapag inisip mo yan that way na, ay, i-make the most out of it ko yung single ako. Kasi kapag dumating na yung partner ko, iiba na. So dapat ang limited lang ang single life mo. So masisipagin ka to focus on yourself. And non-romantic relationship.
That is wonderful advice. Kasi baka yung iba naiisip, ay, nalilipasan na sila ng panahon. I mean, especially for women, which is really unfair when you think about it. But women really do feel, I think, more the pressure than men. Is that correct?
You are very right. So for someone who's studying the science of love and dating, nakikita ko talaga super unfair sa women. But it won't stop me from telling the world that this is the real thing. Like for example, ano yung mga truth about women? Ang beauty ng women are nag-fade. Alright? So totoo yon na parang the younger we are, mas madami tayong manliligaw. The older we get, medyo pabawas na ng pabawas ng pabawas. So I know it's not pleasant to listen to, but these are the realities. So now we know that realities. What do we do? So women who are younger, syempre, make the most out of your time. Network. Meet a lot of people while you have the energy and while you're young. When you're getting older, do not forget self-care. Because even scientists are saying, ang indicator, one of the most attractive qualities, pag tinignan mo yung babae, lalaki, yung indicator doon, tita, is yung level of self-care. Grooming mo. So kapag medyo sablay yung grooming mo, kahit sobrang mo, mahirap sa dating. So Those things are, kumbaga, when we study the science of dating, malalaman natin at least yung reality kahit hindi siya pleasant pakinggan. So for men
Pero
naman,
talagang yun ang katotohanan talaga.
why? Because according to science, the number one indicator for attraction, we're only talking about attraction here, tita ha, is for babae, beauty. Ganda talaga ang unang nakakahila ng manliligaw, di ba? Syempre, we talk about values and stuff kapag relationship na, but only we're talking about dating here. Sa men, eto yung unfair, tita. Pagdating sa men,
Before you continue, is this a fact or backed by numbers? Men are more visual than women in looking for a partner.
yes, tita. So the scientists who are studying love, they're not only psychologists, they're also people who studied like a human's brain, biology.
Ayan, somebody just pointed out, mango shake. Correct, because guys are visual.
Mango
Pag
shake.
mas maaga, si Chris naman, pag mas maaga, take care of yourself. Almost 10 to 20 years younger, young at heart. Okay. Anyway, go ahead, continue.
Ayun. So, dito pagdating sa guys, ano ang number one indicator according to social scientists pagdating sa lalaki of attraction? Social economic status daw. So, ang men, guys, mapapansin natin dito, hindi naman siya gaano kagwapuhan pero nakakuha ng beauty queen. Bakit? Bakit?
Ang harsh mo naman!
I know, it sounds harsh, tita, but I'm just...
Women look at the financial, at the security. Tama? Men
But
are
again,
visual.
it sounds harsh, no? Pero that's my promise. That's my advocacy before I die. I wanted to tell you guys what scientists are seeing when it comes to this.
Okay.
So, bakit social economic status? Because again, balik daw tayo sa evolutionary theory. Ano ba
Correct.
ang women? Ano ba ang women? 'Di ba? Parang gatherer, tapos yung men, hunters. So you want a person who's not only rich, but has the capability, the energy, the strength to be able to raise a family. Because subconsciously, when women are choosing a mate, they want someone na parang saan ba, iniisip ng subconscious nila, sino ba dito sa magiging partner ko yung mas magso-survive yung offspring ko? Yung aabot ng next generation yung mga anak ko. Siyempre, yung may resources, yung kayang mag-protect. Sige, tita.
I was about to, yeah, okay, correct. What you're saying is it's proven by science. I guess behavior, di ba? How humans behave based on their evolution from, I guess, prehistoric times, ganyan, diba? The women had to, I guess, tend to the family, whatever, and then the men were hunting, right? But the roles can be reversed.
That is true. And especially right now, we are seeing a lot of women CEOs, a lot of women, rising the ranks. Career, you could see husbands already taking care of the children.
Yeah.
So the times are changing. But sometimes because of we have societal expectations, Tita, na okay na yan, tanggap na yan ngayon. But really, when you look at a person's subconscious, when you look at how our brains are wired, syempre meron parang, yan, gusto niya talaga siya yung magpro-provide, yung babae magpro-provide. But when you look at what's really here, how our brain has been made for like years, generations, centuries, yun ang tendencies. Again, scientific studies are not 100% accurate, but it tells you the likelihood of human beings. So when you have this kind of idea, you will be more cautious. When you think, when you choose a mate, kumbaga, subjected ka na sa mga biases, so alam mo na baka kaya ko siya nagugustuhan kasi broad yung shoulders niya. So kapag broad ang shoulders niya, subconscious ko, strong siya.
Kaya magbuhat ng mabigat.
Oo. But it doesn't mean na good provider siya or good man siya. So, mas nagiging aware tayo sa parang mga biases natin.
I want to ask you, V, how are women treated in your events? Are they, treated with respect, or are they seen as, hey, these women are out to snap to, catch future husband. I'd like to know how it is.
So, tita, when we have events, when we have gatherings, pag pumasok yan, iba-iba ang mindset niyan. Merong iba ang iniisip na ko, last chance ko na to, pag hindi pa ako nakakuha ng partner, naku, mamamatay ako mag-isa, ganyan. May mga ganyan yung mindset. Meron naman na pumapasok na, tingnan, let's see if I have like a potential partner here na bagay sa lifestyle and everything. So magkakaiba ang mindset kapag pumapasok sa event. So during our events, that's when we make sure and of course maximize our time with them na hindi lang kami laro-laro, hindi lang tayo mingle-mingle. We also talk about dating mindsets. Ano ba yung magandang mindset na i-adapt na healthy para sa'yo at magiging healthy sa magiging partner mo? So one of the things that we teach is just like what I've shared a while ago, tita, na hey, you are here, it does not mean magkakapartner ka. The least thing that you could get here is professional contact, since all of you have jobs and you guys are connected in company. Second is a friend. And you treat everyone with respect kasi hindi man kayo magkatuluyan, yung taong yan, madaming single friends yan. Ang number one, according to studies, pero ngayon medyo tumataas yung online dating apps. Pero ang number one way pa din to meet a significant other is through common friends. So, you kind of know that, then you will have to be, we polite and treat everyone with respect. Kasi kapag
With respect. Are the men like that? Are the men respectful?
Tita says, we are very, very...
Ipain mo sa, event mo.
We are very strict when it comes to that. We love women. I myself is a woman. I myself have waited for so many years. I wondered what's wrong with me. Ano pa ba kailangan kong gawin? God, ba't hindi mo pa binibigay? So, lahat ng parang yung pakiramdam ng single, good and bad, medyo naramdaman ko na din. So when it comes to women, talagang we make sure, tita, na of course, you come out of this event na hindi lang parang fear. Sabi nga nila, you could only operate into operations or into emotions, love or fear. So kapag lagi kang takot na mauubusan ka ng lalaki kasi statistically mas mataas
sobra naman. Lagi kang takot maubusan ka ng lalaki. Okay, continue with your explanation, but I will want to follow up with one question. Sige, go ahead.
So kapag ganun yung mindset mo, it's not gonna be healthy for you. Kasi kapag medyo desperate ang mindset mo, yung galaw mo desperate din. But if
ano ang galaw na desperate?
Desperate din. Yung parang kapag hindi ka ni-replyan, either sasama loob mo, pe-personalin mo, o kaya babahain mo ng text, diba? So, paano ka ititingnan ng guy as a prize, as a value, diba? I believe, tita says, yung men, they want to be with women that they admire. So, kapag ikaw yung humahabol, mahirap i-admire ng someone na parang...
You mean a woman cannot make habol?
Tita, I prefer women not to make habol. Why? Because when you look at studies...
Maybe habol is the wrong term. But a woman can be the one to take the initiative. For instance, do you frown on women taking the initiative?
We encourage women who take the initiative. Okay. Why? Why do
but not in a desperate fashion?
Yes. Sabi nga, tita, merong relationship expert na nagsabi, akala nyo ba it's nung kapanahunan ng lola and lolo natin, it's our lolo who initiated? Hindi. Mrs., have you heard about yung handkerchief drop?
Na dinadrop.
Sino ang nag-initiate ng contact yung lolo mo or yung lola? Siyempre yung lola muna. Hindi niya naman i-drop yung handkerchief kung alam mo yan. Kasi yung lolo
talaga mga lalaki, no? Kailangan muna bigyan ng senyales.
Yes. Totoo yan.
Pero no, this is my question for you. This presumes that a person will not be happy living alone or being alone.
Ayan.
Is that a fact or is that what do studies show? Kasi, di ba, parang kailangan ko makadate para makamit, para meron kang life partner. But importante ba yan? Is it a necessity?
So what do scientists say when it comes to parang people who have a love life, people who have a family life, and people who are single. Of course, ang dami nating nakikitang research na nagsasabi na, having a healthy, loving relationship has a lot of physiological benefit. Is very good in your well-being, is good for your mental health and stuff. So these studies are
the physical, the touching, the hugging, really is good for your well-being.
Yes,
Kung wala ka nun, na ba? Parang loser ka ba?
Ang tanong, tita, ano ba ang gusto mo mangyari sa buhay mo? Gusto mo ba magkaroon ng asawa, love life? Or gusto mong mag-isa, gusto mong i-maximize, gusto mo, kasi di ba, again, ang lifespan natin, sabihin natin maximum 80 years. Gusto mo ba i-share yan with someone or decided ka na mas gusto kong ako lang tsaka yung family ko, like mom, dad, or parents? So it's up to you. According to, meron tita favorite kong relationship expert. Her name is Terry Orbuck. So pinag-aralan niya yung mga couples for 25 years. So sabi niya, sino sa mga singles or mga tao ang nakakahanap ng love? These are people who are positive that they're gonna find love. So yung positivity pala may effect sa love life.
You exude it, of course, definitely.
Yes. So kapag negative ka na, hindi, tatanda akong dalaga. Tatanda akong dalaga.
Pero you can't just believe it and mahuhulog na lang yan mula sa langit, parang gano'n. Ganun ba ang mangyayari? Kailangan mo...
Example nga, Tita Ses, diba? Kung ako ba hindi ako nag-start ng singles event, mahahanap ko kaya yung dawan ko? Parang hindi. I had to take the initiative. I had to be able to parang challenge myself. What can I do? I believe nasa Diyos ang awa, pero nasa tao pa din ang gawa.
So, puntahan natin ang iyong relationship. Sino nag-initiate? Ikaw o siya?
Ay, nako, tita. 100%. Hindi.
Siya?
Siya, tita. Why? Because this is what I like about this. That's why we teach self-improvement. Because when you improve yourself so much, you don't even have to chase. You naturally attract because we are drawn to people who looks promising, who looks like an asset, hindi magiging liability sa buhay mo. So if you work on your finances, you work on your physical aspect, you work on your ugali and attitude, it's not very difficult to fall in love with you. So ako naman, tita,
it's your attributes that attracted him to you.
So I was not born like this. I'm very bad in dating. Nanginginig ako, tita, when I'm interacting with the opposite gender. Hindi ako sanay kasi to interact with the opposite gender kahit gusto ko.
Parang nako-conscious ka masyado, gano'n.
That's true. And a lot of women are like that too. So what happened is I worked on myself ng a lot para lang, to be able to have parang choices in life. And women and men, if you also want to have like choices in life and be able to choose a better mate, work on ourselves muna tayo. Kailangan talaga muna natin magtrabaho sa atin. So that's what's beautiful about, kaya wag tayo mas-stress habang single tayo because this is actually a very time.
Opportunity. This is your golden opportunity to focus on yourself.
Yes. And ang maganda niyan, tita, kasi kapag inisip mo na ang single life ko is limited lang. Hindi ako forever single. Importante isipin yun kung gusto nyo Hindi ako forever single. So dapat habang meron akong 1 year, 2 years na sa akin, ano ang pwede kong gawin? Ano yung weakness ko na pwede kong i-improve? Why are we doing that? Ginagawa ko ba yan para maka-attract ng partner? No. Gawin natin yun. Para we have kind of confidence na I work on myself. So hindi mo ako pwedeng i-down, hindi mo ako pwedeng i-abuse because kumbaga I've done my part in life. Hindi naman ako parang, diba, if you're a complacent person, mahirap 'yan. But if you know that you worked hard, may natural confidence ka, and confidence is very attractive in dating.
That's beautifully said. Pag nasa-stress ka ba, anong nangyayari? Kung kunyari parang feeling mo life is passing you by in a way, maybe that's what some people are thinking right now. Anong aura mo
Okay. So when you are stressed, number one, your self-esteem suffers. And I want people to start Googling these things. I want like research, Google, di ba? What happens to your body when you're stressed? Pangalawa, look up this 2013 studies. According to this 2013 study, kapag ikaw daw is merong obvious signs of stress, nakakalesen ng attractiveness points. Bakit? Kapag stress ka, it's a sign of bad genes. Parang, ay, hindi mo kaya, paano ka magsusurvive? Paano magsusurvive yung offspring mo in the future? Hindi ka pala katigasan. Alam mo yun? So, marami.
Applying for both men and male and female.
Yes, and that's for both male and female. That's why, di ba, kaya nga
You exude something na hindi ka, you exude something, some aura.
Aura, di ba? Ang dilim-dilim. And I was like that, Tita Seth. Sabi ko, ba't hindi ako naliligawan? Hindi ako nagkaka-boyfriend. Yun pala, nung nag-survey ako, ano ka magkaka-boyfriend? Malayo pa lang, nakasimangot ka na, dilim-dilim ng aura mo. Ni hindi ka malang umingiti. Parang feeling mo lahat ng tao na nakawan ka. Mahirap yun. Diba?
Totoo ba?
Yun, mahirap. Totoo, tita. Ganun talaga ang aura ko before. Because being panganay, medyo protective ako sa family and whatever. So parang kapag may lumalapit, anong kailangan nito sa akin?
Suspicious.
Suspicious, taas ng defense mechanism because I don't know any better. I was not confident. So my defense mechanism is always up. But if you are confident, you know yourself. That's why it's a good time to get to know yourself habang single ka. Nako, yung galaw mo mas graceful, mas certain ka sa mga words na lumalabas sa mouth mo. People tend to trust you more than when you are like very parang pati sarili mo, dinadoubt mo. So, going back to that, tita, ano pa yung mga negative effects?
Before you continue with that, are these feelings of, I don't know, maybe lack of confidence or insecurity the same for women and men? How do they manifest that?
Ayan. So for men and women, especially for men, for those who are watching, for sure meron namang mga boyfriend and girlfriend na meron ng boyfriend and girlfriend. Women, wag kayong mag-panic kapag ang boyfriend nyo baka hindi pa nagpropose. Why? When you look at when you look at men who starts proposing and getting married, those are the men na feeling nila kahit papano medyo stable na yung footing nila sa life, especially the finances. So, kapag hindi pa nag-propose si guy, huwag ka naman super duper panic kasi tignan mo muna, baka naman shaky pa yung work niya, hindi pa siya masyado stable sa buhay niya. So, those things, that's why, tita, dun sa question mo, there are different manifestations for men and women. Because again, for men, social economic status, for women...
Or different stressors siguro, different stressors.
Different stresses because the pressure of the society is different also pagdating sa men and women. So, tita, tsaka pagdating
pa with the men. So, sige, you started with the women. So, women, wag ma-insecure kung bakit hindi pa wala pang sing-sing, gano'n.
Wala pang sing-sing. Observe mo si kuya. Naghahanap lang ba siya ng good opportunity, perfect time, o baka back up ka lang. So that's why very important yung studying also sa part kasi tita ng science of dating. Titingnan mo din yung psychology of men. Ano ba yung parang pinapakasalan? Ano ba yung signs na ay ano ka lang, parang dito ka lang para may kasama siya. So hindi siya 100% accurate, pero it will guide you. And I think that when we study, just like in school, pag nag-study ako ng math, mas magiging okay yung score ko sa math exam ko. So, bakit hindi natin pag-aralan yung love and dating? Kalahati ng buhay mo halos nakadepend dyan because yung family life mo, ilang years mo kasama yung husband.
May point. Okay, sa lalaki naman, ano yung mga stress ng lalaki?
Sa stress ng lalaki, number one talaga, tita, yung social economic status. Karamihan ng insecurity ng guys is, although nandyan yung looks, pero yung talaga, yung finances. Kasi alam nila, unang-una, social expectations. Pangalawa, alam naman nila, deep inside, na ang babae, kahit sabi nga ng boss ko before, when poverty knocks in, love flies out of the window daw. Agree ka ba doon, Tita Ses?
Hindi naman fly out the window, but it can be stressful. It can really be a test. It's a test of your relationship, di ba?
And what are the top...
Ikaw.
Oh, I do believe, yes, Tita, I do believe in that. Although I also have in my circle na parang family siya kahit pinagdaanan na sobrang unos together pa. But look at the statistics, ilang percent lang, very small. Karamihan kapag nandyan na yung financial problems, lumalabas na yung kung ano-anong issues na hindi nararamdaman before. Nagpapanik ang tao kasi nako-compromise ang basic needs. Tita,
that's for materialistic women daw, sabi ni Panda Square.
Panda Square, mahirap magmahal ng gutom. Hindi naman Panda Square, pakinggan natin yung sinasabi, yung Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yung sabi, kailangan mo munang i-fulfill yung basic needs mo. Yung bahay, pagkain, tubig, bago ka makapagmahal ng totoo. Kaya ini-encourage namin, work on yourself muna, work on your finances, para wag tayo maging burden sa magiging partner natin, magiging asset pa tayo. Kung baga, positive addition to their life. Hindi yung nag-asawa ka kasi kailangan mo ng taong bubuhay sa'yo.
So, you were saying, stressor for men is kailangan financially stable sila, parang ganon. But in looking for a partner, parang what stresses them out?
What's in looking for a partner?
You're already stable, you have a job, you have everything, but you can't, parang wala ka pang nakikita. Is that a stress sa kanila?
It is a stress to men, but not as much as, women's stress. Kaya our heart is really talaga, we focus on the mindset workshops when it comes to women. Kasi ang men, medyo alam nila kahit 50, 60 years sila, pwede pa eh. Sa atin, naku, may tinatawag na clock, yung biological ticking clock. And tita, pag titingnan mo pa, like for example, our clients, kahit mga 40 and 50s, all over the world, syempre, men are likely to date younger women. So, nakaka-pressure yun for women. So, ang dami-daming realities na unfair talaga sa mga babae. But what can we do? So, this is where we come in. You actually just,
Why is the tendency of men to look for younger women?
Number one, tita.
Visual.
No, tita.
It's the need to procreate.
Yes. Pag kinausap mo yung men, ano ba yung number one goal mo?
So that is still yung parang you're saying they're wired that way.
And it boils down to preferences, but also, tita, just speak with men, especially single men. Ano ba yung feeling mo, goal mo sa buhay? Makastart ng family, magkaroon ng mga anak, mapadami ang lahi, ganyan. So may ganong need naman yung men. So although women also has this, motherly instinct to bear children, men feeling nila it's their pride kapag meron silang anak. So of course they find women who could bear children. But there are men also na may mga anak na naghahanap na lang ng company. That's why it's very important when you go on a date, you ask your partner, like, what do you want in a relationship? What are your expectations? Because ang nagkakatuluyan daw, tita, is yung pareho yung relationship expectations. Kasi for example, expectation ko, magiging partner kita sa company kita hanggang tumanda ka. Tapos ang expectation naman ng lalaki, gusto ko maging nanay ka ng mga anak ko. Paano kapag hindi na ka pwede magkaanak? Diba? So, number one, split agad. Alam nyo nang hindi na level. So, find someone na pareho kayo ng relationship expectations.
Okay. V, so how do you, and let me ask this without, do you make money from putting people together? Do you get a fee, or how does it go?
So for Singles Events Manila, we started for like 3 years, 4 years, almost nada fee. But when we started the certification and stuff, we are getting clients from overseas. So we're serving US, Europe, even Dubai, UAE. So matchmaking is actually a luxury service. So our
Sorry,
clients
what is it? It's a
luxury service, tita. It's
luxury.
for everyone, yes. So our VIP clients are really owners of companies. But yan talaga yung source of income ni Singles Events Manila. But as an advocacy, we are running ang mga social clubs. Ito yung mga kahit regular na tao pwedeng sumali kasi we introduce you to other singles as a
Okay. So you do have male clients looking for women.
yes, male and female.
Female. There are female also who are just as VIP as the male.
Yes, these are the people who are parang Coach Vee and
VIP in a sense na parang, how do you term them? Why do you term them VIP in the first
call
place?
them VIP because these are the people who do not have time to source for their love life. I mean, if you are running 2 companies and you have like, for example, children from your previous marriage, how are you going to find time? So matchmaking is like outsourcing the filtering, the research. We do all the research, the work for you.
Wow. Okay. Some may find this a bit like a little bit, I wouldn't know how to term it. Well, not exactly like mail order bride naman, but you know, no. That's a wrong analogy, but something like, I don't know. I don't know how to,
So
some might frown on it. Kasi parang, okay, your clients are from all over the world, you're saying, and the women are also from all over the world, or just Filipinas?
It can be all over the world, but my main focus is I promise to help Filipino because I'm a Filipino also. I serve Filipino singles. So, medyo for go ahead.
Continue. Explain.
So bakit parang, like people would frown on it? Of course they would. Unang-una, it's something new in the Philippines, although here very common na in the US. Pangalawa is you will frown upon it, especially if you don't know the process. Baka sabihin mo, uy, ano yun, parang in order, hanapan mo sila ng
Oo, exactly. Parang, di ba? Sabi mo nga, nag-vet ka.
Yes.
But so, parang naghahanap ba sila ng Filipina? You know naman, what attached to, is this, are they looking for a housekeeper? Or, magluluto, mag-aalaga ng mga anak nila? I mean, so, it might leave a bad taste in the mouth.
That is true, tita. That's why we clarify that it only becomes pangit pakinggan kapag you are serving clients that yung ipapakilala mo is hindi also professional. Yung parang walang-wala din sa buhay, medyo. So, we make sure, of course, unang-una, our clients are 30s to 40s. They're not DOMs. Pangalawa, alright, we don't do DOM.
Wait. What's your definition of a DOM?
Sorry, tita, I don't want to spell it out. Just to like picture it.
It's so funny.
Ayaw ko tita spell out. So it only becomes parang, ay, ano yan, binibenta mo. So what happens is we only allow them to meet single professionals. Ibig sabihin, we introduce them to singles who are not only professionals, but hey, eto yung mga men and women who are also expanding their options. Hindi mo naman sila pipilitin na, uy, asawahin mo to. They're not looking for asawa agad. They actually want to know, like, let's explore connections. Pakilala, eto, gusto mo ba? Do you want to meet this person online?
I guess ganyan na talaga ang panahon ngayon kasi wala talagang time.
Parang, ano lang yan? Parang food, di ba? Parang ginagrab mo na yung food ngayon kasi ikaw yung umu-order.
Wait. Parang hindi yan magandang anak.
Pero pangit. Sorry. Erase.
Yeah, kasi parang ang dating parang nag-order ka, parang...
Mali pala yung example ko.
Sige.
Ang sabihin natin, ang mas maganda actually is like when you talk to your friends or your family members na, hey, do you know someone, di ba, na single? Sabi nila kailangan mo pumunta ng burol, ng kasal, para makamit ng single. Parang if you're a very busy person, you don't have that time. And I don't think you're gonna enjoy burol and to find a love life there. So basically, it's just sabihin natin, may naghahanap ng work, tapos may company na naghahanap ng employee. So, imamatch
mo lang.
Parang eto naman, I'm ready for love.
Yung modern love ngayon, ano?
Yes, it's really just like matchmaking. So, bawal yung parang abusive o kaya bawal yung parang, ay, hindi ka maka-yes or no. Dapat yung women that we serve are very empowered. These are the women who are very like good in education, very doing well in their professional life.
So how does it work? They pay, both men and women pay a fee.
Yeah, the client pays a fee, and then they tell us, oh, can you find me someone na parang eto ganitong credential, dapat family oriented, dapat laking like with kumbaga close sa mom and dad, o kaya naman pagdating sa profession, I prefer someone who is also in the medical field so that she would understand the demands of my profession. Yung may ganon, tita. So, pwede naman sila maghanap. Pero oo nga naman, kapag sobrang busy mo na, o kaya hindi ka naman marunong.
Bakit ka naghahanap ng yung minamatch mo lang sila because you already have both sexes there looking?
Okay. Yes, we have a lot of singles that we serve. Again, tita, since 2014. So when you look at our database, thousands and thousands of singles.
Thousands?
Yes,
Wow.
tita. Thousands. Kasi since 2014. Tsaka madami talaga titang naghahanap.
Better than putting your face or your picture on a dating site. I mean, this is better.
This is safer. This is safer, more classy, because of course, only like sino lang ba ang makaka-afford ng, di ba?
But, okay, how many meron ka bang figure since you began this matchmaking service? How many have graduated into having relationships or even getting married?
Opo. So actually, I often get that question, success rate and stuff.
Yeah,
you know what? I think this is something that Singles Events Manila should be doing, tracking our clients. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. I'm a social research analyst by profession. I don't do matchmaking full time. So what also gives us an idea na baka we should start tracking. So meron kami titang mga natatanggap na invitations, thank you letters, yung mga iba na
talaga.
Pero hindi talaga namin natatrack silang lahat. So I think this is something we have to work on. But also, tita, success story can also be a person who's very insecure. And a person who's very, like, has this desperate mindset, pumasok siya ng Singles Events Manila, mag-training siya, makamit siya ng mga singles, makikita niya na, hindi pala limited ang mundo ko. Hindi ko pala kailangan kabahan kasi ang dami palang single sa mundo. So that change in mindset, when they go out confident, when they go out as if parang, they are a prize. Hindi ako hindi ako maghihintay, pumipili ako. That's already a success story also for us. Kasi umiba yung tingin mo sa mundo and you become a better person as well. So
the single events, do you charge anything for participants?
Yes. For singles events naman, tita, very, very, meron kaming club for singles. Very, very mura. So that's only 1K a month yung membership. Sobrang mura.
So monthly parang subscription.
Yes. Tapos yung 1K na yan, 4 times a week, meron kang virtual gathering with singles. Natututo ka pa ng dating tips, tapos may mga dating shows ka pa na napapanood. So, it's self-development and expanding of network. So, that is our service to single Filipinos. But when we talk about matchmaking, tita, we talk about, of course, like hundreds of pesos. Hundreds of
thousands. Hundreds of thousands. Yes. Wow, really? Is there a success fee? I mean, if they find a mate?
Yes, tita. They pay us additional 250 USD also kapag merong success if they get engaged, and higher when they got married. So, syempre, tita. It's also like it's also a proof na, hey, It's work. It's working. When you do the job and your matchmaker does a good job, everybody is happy.
Amazing. Are you the only service of this kind in the Philippines, no?
In the Philippines, yes, Tita, and we are the only one who is certified. So, I understand we are facing, syempre, madaming change ng mindset, madaming parang, uy, ano yan? They frown upon, di ba, something that we don't know. So, we're pushing this awareness na parang, hey, you are dating not to be chosen, you are dating to choose.
To choose for both men and women.
For both men and women. Because you have the right to do so. Because whoever you marry, madaming advantage.
And so far, walang unsavory characters dyan, ah.
Naku, Tita, you cannot guarantee unsavory characters dyan. So, pag may nakita kaming ganyan, we tell them, do you want to work on it? Or we, of course, kick you out. So, when you, of course, we're not perfect. So, hey, it seems like ganito yung ugali mo, let's work on it, coaching and whatever. If not talaga, especially we accept reports from our members, we, of course, talk to them and we remove them because we don't want any, we want a world that is, like modern and peaceful and loving and hindi yung may stigma and hindi
What
nakakatakot.
you are doing is super interesting, amazing. I'm so amazed. I am curious. What is the ratio of men and women who avail of your service?
So when we talk about, Tita, the matchmaking po ba or the
Both.
club? Both.
The matchmaking.
Yes. For the club, Tita, yung mga nag-a-apply talaga, mas madaming women. But when we have our events, we
But
make
how many? What's the ratio?
Kung yung mga nag-a-apply lang, sabihin natin mga nasa 70 to 80. But those who become members or those who attend our events, for those who are nag-singles events Manila na, they know, we make sure na yung number of men and women medyo malapit. So,
Medyo equal, 50-50.
yes. Kasi Tita, kumbaga,
This people, I don't know, I was thinking already, are these women hunting? Kasi meron ka ng kasi na sinasabi, diba? The men are, established, own their companies, they're, I suppose, wealthy or, secure, financially secure. So there are more women who are in search of
so I
these.
think, Tita, you're talking about our matchmaking service.
Yeah, I'm talking about the matchmaking
For
service.
the matchmaking service, I think there are a lot more men than women who are paying money to find someone. Which is parang...
Pero sabi mo 70-30 di ba?
Yes, Tita, sa yun? Sa club. Parang kapag may events ka, mas madaming women na sumasagot sa events.
Pero dun sa matchmaking,
Pero sino ang willing magbayad? To find a better match?
women don't pay?
Women, when it comes to matchmaking, Tita, as much as possible, we don't really ask women to pay. We treat women as Bakit na kami sa women we love women So we charge them.
I think women should pay then.
There are services naman.
Sorry about my dog. Okay.
Hi, dogs. It's okay. So there are also, for those who are watching, if you're women and you feel like you want to be able to see what's in it for you sa singles universe, yeah, there are also paying women. Actually, pagdating sa club, Tita, both men and women nagbabayad talaga. But when we talk about the elite service, it's really the men who are paying. And again, they are not old men. They are, again, they are like 30s, 40s. Naku, Tita, good-looking men. So, hindi naman, so, ayan, para lang sila naghanap ng secretary na, oy, Coach Vee, can you help me get? Kasi lahat ng napapangasawa ko or nagiging girlfriend ko always ends up like this, always ends up cheating on me, always ends up whatever. So, what we do, we coach them, and then we introduce them to someone. So a lot of different motivations, but it all boils down to finding someone who's genuine pagdating sa pag-ibig. So totoo yun, Tita, yung pag nagbayad ka kasi nag-i-invest ka eh. So we also believe that you should invest not only in your, shopping and stuff, invest in your love life too.
You're so funny. Is business better now that the pandemic happened? Because I guess people are really desperate to socialize, to mix. And you are one platform that provides that service na, that with that really focused service.
So, Singles Events Manila is a ground-based event. It's mean lahat ng event namin in person, lahat ng blind date, virtual, ay mga dates namin talagang sa restaurants. But, nung dumating yung pandemic, nakita namin, oh my gosh, di ba, reports of depression, the reports of isolation and stuff. And so, that is actually, kumbaga, malungkot man kami na nawala yung ground events. We pivoted to virtual.
Yeah.
So, yun yung time na ang sarap tita sa heart kapag nakatanggap ka ng messages na because of Singles Events Manila, the pandemic became more bearable. Yung mga ganon, because hindi naman namin sila agad-agad hinanapan ng love life. Pina-feel lang namin sa kanila na pwede ka pa din to make friends. Yung social connections, pwede pa din gawin.
Pwede pa din. I suppose the attractiveness or the delight of meeting someone new, a stranger, there, di ba? Kasi now, parang paano. So, I'm saying is it's good. Business is good. Meaning your events are thriving.
Yes.
Wow, this is one thing that's really worked for you, huh? Imagine you just finished your matchmaking, completed your certificate just in the nick of time when you think about it.
Yeah, so very timely, tita. But also, this is something that I'm seeing myself like doing for the rest of my life. Like, kahit anong career ako mapunta, hindi ko to bibitawan because this has been my life advocacy. And kahit married na ako for 7 years, I feel that my heart is still with single. Nararamdaman ko pa din yung mga issues, problema, yung mga dilemma, yung mga ghosting pagdating sa single life. So I will be with them, tita, until the end of time. So Singles Events Manila will continue either in Manila, in the US, other parts of the world po.
What's the worst perception about what you're doing?
Worst perception would be I have not heard this, but I think because hindi tayo exposed sa ganitong thinking, yung term na binubugaw.
Binubugaw.
Diba?
Oo.
This is my message.
How do you explain that away?
So the way I educate singles data when it comes to that is just look at countries like the US, Europe, and stuff. So look at parang what are the kinds of services that there is. So I believe that for the Philippines, medyo mahirap kasi intindihin yung mga like luxury services kasi nga we are also very busy like thinking about our food, our daily, our basic needs. But when you really look at social connection seriously, maraming nagsisuicide dahil sa love. Madaming nawawalan ng gana sa buhay dahil walang social network, walang connection. So when you look at the importance of love, just like anything, kapag important siya, kailangan you have to invest in that. And that's where we come in. So it's not about it only becomes bugaw kapag walang decision-making, walang say yung isang tao. But if there are two consenting adults, knowledgeable, professional, maganda at pogi, and willing to expand their network and find love, why not? Pinapaliit mo lang ang mundo ng mga singles, and that's what we do.
Amazing, amazing. But so far you have not, do women's groups have they questioned what you do? Alam mo yung mga feminists? Oo.
In the beginning, tita, but so far, everyone has been so nice and understanding and they have that kind of parang understanding na we're not here to, of course, connect people who are not ready for love. We are here to i-push natin yung educating ng studying the science of love. Kasi again, pinag-aaralan mo nga yung trabaho mo, ba't di mo pag-aralan yung pagmamahal para hindi ka magaloko next time.
So marami dito ang mga sawi sa mga relasyon nila, ganyan, mga
sawi sa pag-ibig.
Suppose, hiwalay, ganyan.
Correct. Sawi sa pag-ibig or ayaw masawi sa pag-ibig. Katulad ko, tita, di ba? First boyfriend, parang, syempre, ayaw kong mag-boyfriend ng 10 before ko mahanap yung the one. So, gusto ko kasi nauna siya na. So, You can't have that kind of mindset and not learn the science of love. Kasi paano ka mag-filter? Paano mo malalaman kung sino ang sincero, sino ang hindi? So kapag pinag-aralan natin, then mas ano tayo, mas cautious tayo, mas maingat tayo sa heart natin. And that's the reason why people invest. It's not because of others, but because of themselves. I want to have better choices. I love me, so I want to meet people who are also like-minded, like me. Parang ganyan.
So what's the recipe for a successful relationship?
Okay.
You know.
So, Tita, I'm a dating coach. I don't want to be called a relationship coach because I myself is 7 years into marriage and I don't know much about relationship.
So
But
you're too young. You're too young.
I'm too young to be a relationship coach.
So it's
But
really a dating. That's your specialization.
Yes, dating talaga ako. But
I suppose how to put your best foot forward. Parang ganun siguro, no? Kasi
Yes.
dating, gusto mo ma-impress mo yung ka-date mo, parang ganun, no?
Yes. But although, Tita, my specialization is dating, I've read so many books and studies on relationship. And one thing that I could tell people about relationship is you need to be with someone that you admire. So if you stop admiring your partner, your wife, your husband, then you start admiring other people. And that's when it becomes dangerous. So when you continue to work on yourself, you continue to, why, ang sweet naman yan, Teka. Gusto din yan. Ang sweet. Ayan. So find
Continue.
someone that
Again, you have to admire, respect the person you are with. Parang gano'n, di ba? That's what
Hindi
you said.
pwede na. Siyempre, that person must amaze you. Dapat every morning mafe-feel mo na, I'm lucky to be with this person also. Of course, not every morning because there are days na nakakaisip yung asawa natin, di ba? But most days,
Yeah.
there has to be that admiration talaga. Whether you are 10 years married, 15 years, or 50 years married. Sana wag mawala yung admiration because that's also one key to success among many other recipes. Ayun.
Wonderful advice. Nako, talagang sana hindi na stress Drilon ng mga nanonood sa atin. Wala na ngang masyadong tanong dahil parang nasasagot mo lahat eh. Sa mga na hopeless na or parang feeling that they will never meet the one. This is the I guess we talked about that na kasi how will you know that you have met the one?
Ayan.
And I suppose we can close with that.
Correct. So, ladies and gentlemen, research about Dr. John Gottman, because this person has studied relationship and love for 40 years, and he found that people who stayed in strong and healthy romantic relationship, these are the people that they feel like home when they're with their partner. So when you meet someone na super excited, super taas ng adrenaline mo, yung attraction mo, yung tension all over, be very careful sa ganyan kasi baka hindi siya love, baka lust siya. The right person will make you feel calm. The right person will make you feel like home. Sabi nga nila, it feels as if you're drinking hot chocolate in your grandma's house.
Oh, but what if you want fireworks?
Ang fireworks, Tita, when you're someone that you love, fireworks is there, but it should not be the number one indicator. Attraction has to be there. Without attraction, there is no love. Maghihiwalay kayo, maghahanap yan ng iba. But fireworks is there, pero ang number one talaga, Tita, your body, kasi your body is smart, your brain is smart, your gut, your subconscious is smart. Listen to it. When they feel calm, when they feel na this person is trustworthy, then you are better off with that person kesa that person who excites you, and that's what they make you feel lang, excited. So that's
Komportable, parang ganon.
Yeah, you're at peace. I think that word is very at home, at peace. Kalma yung mga nerves mo, hindi nagwawala.
For someone so young, you have so much wisdom. Sa bagay itinuro yan sa'yo sa school? Or is it instinctive also?
Tita, tinuturo lang sa school, just like in colleges, they just teach you the theories, but you have to, of course, depende siguro sa sa pinaniniwalaan mo sa buhay. So I'm an advocate of love. I've seen love and lack of love in the people around me. So I'm really inspired to like push for it. And the world would be so much better if we are in happy, healthy relationships.
True, you are right. It all starts from there anyway, no? But I suppose one edge that you have, V, is because not too many people study these things. We rely on our instinct, our emotions, but you have the background, I guess, what makes people tick. That's why you can speak this way with so much wisdom.
Thank you. Thank you, Tita Ses. And I wish to guide a lot of singles. Hindi man agad-agad mahanap mo yung significant other mo. But I think what's important is like what your worth is, and pangalawa is how to maximize your life. Because again, we only have 80 years. After that, we are done. So make the most out of life. And life is so much beautiful with love po.
One last thing. You mentioned that life is unfair, that, women who are older will probably have more difficulty finding a mate because of the idea of men or predisposition to go for younger women. Ano naman ang masasabi mo sa kanila?
So, you mean, Tita, message for women who are
older women?
Older women, all right. So,
yung reality is medyo mas mahihirapan sila kasi nga parang mismatch, no? Ang gusto ng hinahanap nila mas bata.
Correct. So for all women, older or young, I think one message that I want to put out in the world is really when you look for a partner, do not settle for a partner just because sabi ng science mas masaya ang buhay mo kapag may partner ka. So when you find a partner, whether you're young or you're old, sana ito yung partner na feeling mo you're a prize. Feeling mo hindi ka parang tira-tira, or feeling mo parang for the sake of my partner, may kasama lang. So sana ito yung parang partner kapag nagkaroon ka ng love life, yung parang na-feel mo na, kaya pala mali yung mga partner ko kasi I meant for you. So sana ganun yung mindset, hindi yung maaawa ka sa sarili mo, yung mas mamahalin mo yung sarili mo when you're with that person. So whether you're old or young, go ahead, Tita.
No, finish what you
yes. So that's what I want to put out. Kahit sabihin natin lesser yung number ng men, never enter a relationship just because of fear. Always enter a relationship because of love. And you can only operate your life in two ways, fear or love. Always choose love.
So very well said. Ako ang message ko sa mga babae, never settle. Never settle. It's better to be alone than to settle.
Yes. Yan din ang summary ng lahat ng sinabi ko.
Correct.
Summary.
Kung hindi, ay masistress Drilon ka lang.
Oo.
Bawal ma-stress Drilon.
Yan ang magandang ending pala, Tita. Find someone na hindi ka masistress sa buhay mo, yung masasaya ka. Bawal ma-stress Drilon sa love life. Pag puro stress Drilon ang binibigay ng love life mo, tsugiin na yan. I mean, wag mo siya tsugiin, pero yung relationship, tsugiin na yan.
Para ikaw ay maging fresh Drilon.
Yes, true. Katulad ni Tita Ses.
V, it's been such a pleasure having you. Ang dami kong natutunan, and there's this world pala that I didn't know existed. And yeah, you are, I would say, a pioneer in your field, and hopefully there will be more like you to help all these people who are looking for the one. Uy, ano pala tayo? Screenshot. Somebody should screenshot us so that...
Okay. Ayan. And Tita, can I promote my dating show pala dito sa
please. That's the point of this. Okay, go.
To everyone who's watching, ayan, yan yung advocacy ni Singles Events Manila, be smarter and stronger sa love and sa dating. So every Wednesday dito sa FYE channel, meron tayong tinatawag na Dating University. Ito yung mga lessons na hindi natin nakuha sa school, yung mga life lessons, heartaches, ituturo natin dito sa Dating University every Wednesday at 8 p.m. And of course, if you wanna reach out and learn more science-based dating, nandito kami sa Instagram. Date Coach Vee po ako sa Instagram, and our organization who have helped hundreds of singles po to find love is Singles Events Manila. So i-visit nyo din po sila sa Facebook. Tita Ses, maraming salamat for always helping people na ma-distress sa buhay nila. Your show is much appreciated po.
Thank you so much. Alam mo yung basa ko dati dyan, Dating University.
Ay, wow!
Dating University. Dati?
Dahil dyan, tita, papalitan na namin ang pangalan ng show namin. Kasi Dating University.
Kasi di ba? Paano mag-date or something? Oo, kasi pwedeng yan ang bagbasa. Baka kalumaang university or something. I don't know.
Hindi ko na-realize yun. Naka-thank you, Tita Ses, for sharing that. Baka baguhin namin dahil sa'yo.
Nakikita tuloy ang edad ba? Ang pagkakita. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Bawal Mas-Stress, Drilon. It's been a delightful evening. Thank you so much, Coach Vee, Dating Coach Vee of Single Events Manila. Good night, everybody.